Next, we're going to talk a little bit about multiple intelligences curriculum. When discussing about authentic learning, it is important to consider how students gain and apply knowledge to different situations. One way is to establish a multiple intelligences curriculum where differentiated instruction can tap into the best ways students can learn. Multiple intelligences are defined as 8 different ways to demonstrate intellectual ability. Okay, Howard Gardner in 1983 proposed in his book Frames of Mind, The Theory of Multiple Intelligences, 8 different learning modalities. So how do you or your students learn best? The 8 ways that Howard Gardner discusses are as follows. You have linguistic intelligence. Students display a high facility with words, languages, typically are good at reading, writing, telling stories, and memorizing words and dates. You have the logical math intelligence, which is linked to logic, abstractions, reading, number, and critical thinking. They have the capacity to understand the underlying principles of some causal system. Then you have the spatial. This deals with spatial judgments, how students can move objects or such. And they have the ability to visualize in their mind's eye. They can see things in their mind. You have bodily kinesthetic, which deals with the capacity of one's control of bodily motions and the capacity to handle objects skillfully. These people learn from better by involving muscular movement. You get up and move around. You have the musical intelligence. These people have a sensitivity to sound, rhythms, music. These students tend to be able to sing, play musical instruments, and even compose music. Then you have the interpersonal, which deals with the interactions with others. These students are generally characterized by the sensitivity to others' moods, feelings, temperament, and motivations, and then their ability to cooperate within those to work as a part of a group. Then he describes intrapersonal, which deals with the self-reflective practice, where one has a deep understanding of self. They understand their strengths and their weaknesses, what makes them unique, and be able to predict their own reactions and emotions. The 8th one then is called naturalist's intelligence, and this deals with nurturing and relating information to one's natural surroundings, such as classifying natural forms such as animals, plants, rocks, mountain types. The one that's not posted on the slide is one proposed by Howard Gardner, and it's called existential intelligence. And this deals with the spiritual or religious, but we won't really talk about that much. So when you develop these curriculums involving these different types of intelligences, you're generally asking your teachers to talk about and include many forms of learning which students have. So as a principal or an educational leader, what might be the best way to incorporate these types of intelligence into a curriculum which allows all students to learn? In the next slide, we'll talk about how multiple intelligence can meet Common Core standards.